Hello everyone and welcome to Super Dungeon Maker. This here is Fink, and this is kind of the prologue of the full game, or the Dungeon Maker experience. I got an early access copy for it, and I guess let's just go straight into it, because it's actually pretty cool for the amount of stuff they have. So what I was originally planning was some friends to play it, but was kind of hard, I guess, to really get people over. So I was like, you know what? Why not just show off a bit of the dungeon and maybe later I could have them play it? Because there's no way they'll watch this video anyway. I did run into a couple issues that were fixed as of the latest update. Like, these doors, they close and you have to kill the enemy inside. And they will open, but they didn't if there were any other enemies in the game or in the dungeon. So they were supposed to go right there. So I'm glad they fixed that. You know what, let's just show you guys the dungeon and get my thought process. This room, what you can kind of see, is only for this item over here, which is a bombable place. And if we go up, it's kind of awkward to control, I will admit that. There is a chest behind here. Now the chest currently has a shield in it, which, to be fair, not the most exciting item. But it's kind of out of the path anyway after you've got the bombs, and it's not necessary at all. Then we come here. Let's see if they actually did fix it, because I actually didn't try it. Because I wanted to make this kind of a teaching room for dealing with mobs in a 2D plane. Because I know people like Jeffrey, they, they don't really play games like this, so just a good teaching thing. Then there's the key in the chest. This place here, I did fiddle around. And I had the room that's down here. I had it more up here, so instead of the door down here, it would have been up here. However, if we did that, you know how you see how these rooms, it's all dark around it? For some reason, if a room, I guess, is too close. Actually, I think I can show that because it's very weird to explain. Let's say this, if it's close, right? There's definitely a wall in between. However, you can see through it. And that's kind of how my entire dungeon was at some point. So that kind of sucked. Then here's the first actual treasure chest with an item inside. And honestly, these enemies, they are kind of annoying, but they're kind of the easy enemies. And you didn't really see it, but I got this, so now I can dodge roll, which really nice, speeds things up a lot, and you can jump over gaps. Then here, I kind of had a couple issues because I knew what I wanted to do with this. I kind of wanted to make like a running gauntlet, right? And so I was like, alright, well, I'll put them here so they kind of have to go around so they can see how he shoots. But for some reason, before you're even like entering the doorway, he shoots at you. So I had to put down a couple blocks. This is for a later part, so you can go there because you can jump this far. But I do think there is kind of a glitch that you could do if you land precisely near the edge somewhere. You still fall, but you will respawn on the other side. At least that's what I had happen to me a couple times, but I didn't want to make it too bad. Also, the water kills you. On the topic here, though, the grass. The grass has hearts in it, but the hearts aren't randomized. You have to put them in yourself. I do wish that you could have that it's basically just random. This is the gauntlet. I had the same issue here. And you can see that there is something down here. It's not just a black void. It is kind of a shortcut, but I'll show you where it goes with the full route. So you go there, run for your life, you go in here. This kind of shows these blocks, and this is basically where it dropped you. However, it dropped you with the state of the blocks to blue. So all these things were able to shoot at you the moment you fell down, but you could also grab the item, which is what you need. So I originally wanted to make a really awesome looking dungeon, but I did kind of figure out that the current state, I couldn't really do what I wanted to do, and also didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do. So what I ended up doing is kind of making a trial version for myself to the point where, I just kind of use every item and then I know what I want to do, and maybe later on I'll come back to it and make an actual proper dungeon. Also, I do like this grappling hook a lot. It is kind of annoying that the grass stops it, which is kind of odd. But now it's kind of a backtrack in place. Oh. Well, this is quite, So they fixed it, but they also didn't fix it. Great. Alright, well, let's put them over here. You know what? Let's put that there. Also, these enemies, they are kind of annoying, and you'll see why in the next room. They kind of disappear the moment you enter the room. And that makes this room really annoying. So I put a bunch of fake chests down to kind of hope to, give the player something to do, but it's also really easily dodgeable, and you could imagine also if you have to feather, you can go through this quite fast. Okay, maybe now I'm getting stuck, but look at the HP, right? Nothing here really deals damage to me, so it's still not a threat, even though there's quite a lot going on. And here we go. Here we got the bombs, which they take awfully long to explode in my opinion, but they work how bombs work. So here's another thing I learned while testing out the bombs. You can actually blow up these broken blocks, which are really nice. And of course, the bombs do work with those on-off switches as well. And then this one, there's two ways to solve it. So originally I had it planned, right, to do it like this. But then during testing, I figured out that this works. And then this one we gained flippers, so now we can swim. And I guess let's just show this room off real quick, because it is one of the earlier rooms I made. I knew I wanted to have some sort of item in here. Originally I thought I was going to do the flippers in here, but then I kind of ran into the issue where you get the flippers. You could have just walked the other way around, and also it would have been pointless, that room. And there we go, that's the end. There's no boss fights, sadly. I hope they do implement the bosses, because there are a couple in the game. Because there are specific dungeons that the game itself has as well. And these are kind of like just, I guess, dungeons you can kind of just complete yourself and get inspiration from. If you want to play my dungeon, you can go up to this building and just type in the trials, the trikes, I guess. There we go. And currently mine is on the last page. It has this horrible thumbnail. It's been played 5 times and has 1 like, so that's pretty nice. They also said that you could put your name in the description and it should find it that way as well. But then it just doesn't find me. So that's, even when I do a space, just doesn't find me. And I'm pretty sure I put my name in there. Yeah, made by GDP Duncan. There we go. So I don't know exactly how that works. Maybe they meant the top bar here, I guess. I'm planning to do more once the game is actually out. I wanted to actually do this for a long time. I've been waiting on this game for a while now. And I wanted to do some with Rust. So when this game is fully released, stay tuned for that, where we will make a terrible dungeon for Russian Afro man.